Attention Disney superfans! So you've seen every movie, watched every cartoon, and can sing every song by heart. You know and love these characters more than some members of your own family. You've studied all the history and read all the rumors behind what goes on at the mighty House of Mouse. But what if someone told you that everything you think you know is wrong? In this video, we're going to look at 10 facts that everyone thinks they know about Disney canon. In the beginning, Uncle Walt created Mickey Mouse. He saw the mouse, and it was good. But that's not exactly the beginning of the Disney Empire. The first cartoon to feature Mickey Mouse, titled Steamboat Willie, came out in 1928. A year earlier, the first major cartoon from Disney Studios hit screens. Titled Trolley Troubles, this short featured a character named Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Who? Oswald was the star of 27 one-reel cartoons from 1927 and 1938. So why did Mickey rise to the status of a global icon while Oswald faded into obscurity? Charles Mintz, the producer who handled the distribution agreements for Disney's Oswald shorts, struck a deal with Universal Pictures. The deal would allow Universal and Mintz to create Oswald shorts without Disney's involvement. Mintz had also signed up many of Disney's animators, forcing Disney to start over again from scratch. In February 2006, Disney regained the rights to Oswald from Universal. In late 2010, Disney released the video game Epic Mickey for the Nintendo Wii. The game featured Oswald as an antagonist who resented Mickey for his fame. Mickey is a mouse, Donald is a duck, Pluto is a dog, and Goofy is what exactly?
Pluto's a dog. What's Goofy?
Goofy has long ears like a dog. He has a snout like a dog. But Goofy also walks upright and wears clothes like a human. So what is he? A 1934 memo from Disney animator Art Babbitt reveals that art styles of the Goof's head and Pluto's shared a vague similarity. However, Babbitt told animators that the movements of the two characters had to be entirely different from each other. Babbitt's reason? One is a dog, the other is a human. So Goofy is a human with a dog's head and fur. For some viewers, that answer might bring comfort, while for others, it might be even more terrifying. But Goofy's origins aren't the only aspect of the character that makes him unique in the Disney canon. In the 1992 TV show Goof Troop, audiences learned that Goofy is the first Disney character to have a child, a son named Max. While Mickey and Donald have both been with their respective spouses for decades, no mention has been made of a Mrs. Goofy. The phrase "grinning like a Cheshire cat" usually implies that the smile has some devious intentions behind it. In the 1951 animated classic Alice in Wonderland, the felonious feline is one of the first creatures that Alice meets. Near the end of the film, the Queen of Hearts gets a headpiece as an unbirthday present. The headpiece turns into the Cheshire Cat, which scares the Dormouse, which causes all sorts of chaos in the Queen's court. Although the Queen of Hearts is one of the leading antagonists in the film, many fans have cast the Cheshire Cat as a secondary villain. In fact, the grinning gato, Spanish for cat, is not nearly as vile and villainous as those fans have been led to believe. In her time in Wonderland, Alice quickly learns that nearly every resident is a few fries shy of a combo meal in one respect or another. While many of the others try to hide their shortcomings, the Cheshire Cat chooses to embrace its madness, much like another famous grinning ghoul. The chattering chipmunks Chip and Dale have been fan favorites long before a trio of singing chipmunk brothers came to life. Their starring roles in the 1990s animated series Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers brought the pair into prominence that they hadn't enjoyed for decades. Ever since their first appearance in the 1943 short Private Pluto, this couple of crazy rascals has always been out to have fun, cause mischief, and bring the laughs. But some questions have always plagued most fans. Which one is Chip? Which one is Dale? How do you tell them apart? First off, the rascally rodents are brothers. However, they are not identical twins. They have uniquely identifiable traits that differentiate them, if you know where to look. Chip has a small black nose and prominent front teeth. Dale has a big red nose and a sizable gap between his front teeth. During the Rescue Rangers days, Chip would wear a fedora and leather jacket reminiscent of Indiana Jones. Meanwhile, Dale would wear a Hawaiian shirt in the style of Tom Selleck's character from Magnum P.I. See the difference? Today, most people would recognize the song ZIP-A-DEE-DOO-DAH from when they dry off after taking the Splash Mountain ride at Disneyland.
ZIP-A-DEE-DOO-DAH, ZIP-A-DEE-DOO-DAH.
What those people may not know is that Zip was featured in the 1946 Disney film Song of the South. Song was one of the first films to feature live action and animation side by side, a feat that would be replicated in films like Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Space Jam. Zip also won the Academy Award for Best Original Song in 1947. While some clips of the film are available online, Disney has not released this song in its entirety on home video. For those not familiar with the premise, Song revolves around Johnny, a young boy who visits relatives in the South. Johnny meets Uncle Remus, an African-American man who tells Johnny tall tales about the sneaky smart Breer Rabbit, the devious Breer Fox, and the dim-witted Breer Bear. The story of a sole creative genius is one of the most powerful myths in pop culture. Many fans of the Disney lore cling to the belief that the vision of Mickey Mouse sprung solely from Uncle Walt's visionary imagination. This popular misconception may come from the statues of Disney and Mickey holding hands in both Disneyland and Walt Disney World. But just like many creative geniuses who have received the sole credit for bringing their visions to life, history tends to forget Disney's collaborators. Although Disney created the concept and gave the character his voice, the original design for Mickey Mouse came from lead animator Ub Iwerks. They both collaborated on the early Oswald shorts as well as Steamboat Willie and the early Mickey Mouse cartoons. The more familiar version of the character, with his well-defined eyes, came to life in the 1940 animated classic Fantasia. Animator Fred Moore gave Mickey his now iconic look to give the character a bigger range of expressions. The new Mickey appears as the apprentice to sorcerer Yen Sid. That's Disney spelled backwards, in case you didn't catch it. Everyone knows the story of the Lion King. Everyone knows that the evil, scheming Scar sought to replace his brother Mufasa as the alpha of the pride. But what if Scar and Mufasa weren't brothers? What if they weren't related at all? Even Scar himself admits,
I'm afraid I'm at the shallow end of the gene pool.
One of the creative minds behind this legendary story has mentioned that having two brothers in the same pride is impossible, at least in the wild. In a 2017 interview, producer Don Hahn said it would be highly improbable that Scar and Mufasa came from the same family. The way lions operate in the wild, a rogue lion comes and eliminates the head of the pride. Then, the new younger lion eliminates the king and all the babies. Now he's the new lion that's running the pride. Talk about the law of the jungle. Speaking of myths surrounding The Lion King, here's one that endured for all the wrong reasons. When the film came out on home video, many fans paid close attention to the scene where Simba falls and kicks up a cloud of dust. Some observant fans captured a freeze frame image of the dust cloud and noticed that the particles spelled out a specific word. Many of those fans believed that the dust cloud spelled out a three-letter word that starts with S and ends with X. The truth is, they were right. Parents groups railed against what they believed was an unwholesome message slipped into a kids' movie. They called for protests and boycotts of Disney films, TV shows, and products. The myth is, it wasn't the word they thought it was. In the film industry, the special effects team gets labeled under the abbreviation SFX. The animator Tom Cito admitted that the team slipped those initials into the dust cloud. In this case, all it took was a creative imagination and the wrong viewing angle to turn an F into an E. The song A Whole New World from the 1992 film Aladdin became an instant classic. The song won both an Oscar for Best Original Song and a Grammy for Song of the Year, the first Disney song to win both awards. The scene featuring the song became just as memorable, with Aladdin taking Jasmine on a magic carpet ride that included a trip through ancient Greece. 5 years later, Disney sought to replicate their magic with Hercules and the song Going the Distance. The song plays over a scene in which the Greek hero sees a purple shooting star streak across the sky. Was that shooting star just a falling meteor, or could it have been something more? Disney fans have speculated that the shooting star was actually Aladdin and Jasmine's magic carpet zooming by. This speculation gained some credibility when fans learned that the directors of Aladdin, Ron Clements and John Musker, also helmed Hercules. However, Clements tried to dispel these rumors in a 2015 interview with E! News. The shooting star we were thinking is Pegasus, though no one, I guess, can ever know for sure. Another myth surrounding Aladdin involves the scene in which Prince Ali meets Rajah, Jasmine's pet tiger. When the overprotective Rajah meets the amorous prince, Aladdin faces the classic choice: the lady or the tiger? In his efforts to calm the cantankerous cat, Aladdin whispers, "Good teenagers, take off your clothes."
Come on, good teenagers, take off your clothes.
Huh? Once again, just like the dust cloud in The Lion King, a vocal subsection of the fan base stirred up moral outrage over what they believed was an adult joke. A Disney spokesperson attempted to defuse the situation. If somebody is seeing something, that's their perception. There's nothing there. Aladdin's line is "Scat, good tiger, take off and go." Scott Wenger, the actor who voiced Aladdin, also spoke up about the controversy. It's not true, the thing about Aladdin saying "take off your clothes." There are websites dedicated to it. Like, if you play it in slow motion at this frame rate, you can tell that he's definitely saying that. The truth is that I never said it. In the immortal words of Jamie and Adam, myth busted. So what do you think? Are there any other Disney myths and mistakes we missed? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your Disney fan friends, and subscribe to The Binger to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching.